quick hop back over to college football. One game's Army-Navy. It pulls up the jerseys. The jerseys make this game. Every year they get better and better. Started with the helmets. It's gone each year. So this year, the theme for Navy.
I was looking for like individually, but I think they're side by side.
Can you pull this? So this is these are Army's jerseys. Army's jerseys this year are tank themed jerseys. And breakdown of these jerseys you'll see here. They have names on them based on tank names. They have the different tank numbers. This is a tribute.
Yeah, we're going to. Hell yeah.
So
I think
first they got the guys
first tank
riding
division
the tanks. Yeah.
These are
fantastic.
just like it's the D. And by the way, on both of these jerseys,
the devil's in the detail,
like
with both sides.
We're down to gloves, everything about these.
Shooting these like players, like they had to have a blast.
Oh, absolutely.
They get to ride in tanks. They
had to just mean a lot.
Again, you got everything from helmet, bow, gloves, and just great design overall.
That's just
and
maybe we should those helmets over.
Army is a 1.5 point tier dog at home.
Verified. That's the same.
DOS.
They're DOS.
Change. They are 1.5 point underdogs. Navy is they're astronaut based, NASA based. The whole
Space Force. By the way, went a lot faster.
Yes.
Just sick too. Look at detail.
Yeah. Put everything in these. Strong.
It always is.
Themselves. There we go.
Maybe your video way worse. So we're gonna get to
tell you now.
0.
One color so.
It's really the helmet.
Your helmet is.
It's. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's. That's
You can see them.
Like
Army's is a better overall team, in my opinion. Navy's
more story, better story. It's really just helmet. There's nothing else here. It's normal.
But the helmet. So, like the jersey, love
that.
Love the new designs that we're going to get for this game. Big number, as we talk about every year, is over/under in this Army. The under has hit 17 years in a row. Correct, I believe.
I went. It's not 17 was last year. We'll see.
Yeah. 18.
First of all, since 2005, the under is 43-9-1
between service academies.
Yeah,
also the Air Force, because they couldn't have played that many times.
Good. Oh, you keep talking. Oh,
maybe team records on these two teams. I'm pretty sure this is the team at 17 years.
So, yep, into. All right. What is that? Army's 5-6. It should be 5.
So, sure why these
I wish that all.
It's just well,
legitimate.
Navy at Army. Plus 1.5 Army. 32.5 is the number.
It's one triple option against each other all day.
Yeah, I've got Navy this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa! Look at us,
Navy.
Look at us
taking it down. No, I'll take 1.5. I'll
take minus.
Well, taking them, yes.
It's
Covering the 1.5. I'm taking on both sides. And I'm also taking yellow.
Okay.
32.5. Both these teams are
so low
for this year. How?
Again, so low.
At some point, it's going to break.
So low.
They're setting it too low. They're setting it too low.
I think it'll push higher by then.
So
It'll get to 33, 34. Anywho, but I'm going based off jerseys. Even though my grandfather and my father-in-law and my uncle are all Navy.
Army won the jersey off the chart. I agree.
Slowly destroyed. It floored them. If the helmet wasn't involved,
It would have been a
just
just
obliteration.
Yeah.
It only was a contest because of the helmets. Nah, give me Army. Army across the board.
And I know you're
Yeah.
thinking,
Absolutely give me under.
That's-
I went last year with the over, got burned. Not doing it again. And I'm going to get burned. I'm not doing it again, though. I just can't. I can't. So give it to me.
Are we taking Army to win?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
You got the Army on both sides. The under, I've got Navy on
Got
both
a little
sides.
Army Navy matchup.
Yes.
For shitty Chevys.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all that
That's the
is.
only college
There's
football.
no way to tie that.
Yep. So that is our college football pick for the week. Before we jump into a little bit more detail here on college football. General.
Yep. Let's get to
The playoff.
yeah. Let's see. Yep. Jeez. Why is it so hard? That's literally says a day. Nope. Nope.
It's long done. Oh, long. Yes.
I believe this one is right based upon Copper's champs. We'll get back to that one because of the 12, but apparently
It's the one they posted based on what they based on that. Here.
great. Good. They won't. All right, here we go. Number 1, Georgia. Lock. Michigan 2, lock. Really, the only conversation would have been around TCU and Ohio State. Do they jump each other? We're both on the boat up. There's no way they're putting Big Ten against each other.
Well, they also Ohio State not playing. Losing in overtime. It's hard to change that. So
Really tough to change that. What do you feel about these matchups?
I'm not going to get too in depth because I think we'll do that here in the coming weeks. But I think that we're going to get the way that the matchup, we're going to get the two most competitive matchups as far as how the team will match up.
Do we get to the ultimate 1 versus 2, in your opinion?
Yes.
But that's where we're back to what you're talking about. This is a 1-2 year.
I'll be disappointed. Something will have to happen that is very expected in my mind.
Yeah, with a huge injury, they'll just dismantle the wall. I don't foresee a reason that it shouldn't be that way. Really, it's a Georgia year for me. I don't see these teams being better than Georgia.
No, I agree.
None of them. Actually, at the end, we won't see a team beating Georgia.
I don't disagree.
There's not a team this year that should beat Georgia. And kudos to them for reloading their defense. He's good. I don't care what anyone says. His bigger games are in the biggest games. So at the beginning of the year, you weren't throwing your hat in as him being top 3 quarterback. You're say top 5, obviously, but like top 3. Can you say that now? I don't know.
I still don't.
I don't either. There's a lot. Since you're, but I'm saying like he's in there. So Nine's a 1-2 year. I mean, I just see Georgia roll.
Right.
What?
Yeah, I don't have a ton to add with the top 4. We get into the 5-6 argument. So you got Alabama at 5.
Beat to that. The team just so the 5-6 to me. No, it don't make sense.
They got overcomplicated.
Well, why?
They overthought it. Alabama finished at 5. Tennessee finished at 6. In their minds, I think what happened is they said Hendon Hooker got hurt and body of work. Tennessee got blown out by South Carolina. They both have 2 losses. Tennessee's losses are worse than Alabama's losses, but we're not going to look at the fact that Tennessee beat Alabama.
How do you forget ahead? That's the
records are the same. You play basically the same schedule.
head to head that's the first tiebreaker, right? Should be in every situation. I beat you, mano y mano,
Especially if we have the same record.
especially the same.
It'd be one thing if Tennessee finished 9-3, Alabama
Right.
this same record, and would be it's easy. It's 5. At that point, I can even argue like USC has better wins and aren't there than Alabama. So Alabama's maybe 8. Just based on that, like Penn State lost to 2 teams that are playing in the playoff.
What was that?
Penn State lost to Michigan. Penn lost to Ohio State. That's number 2 and number 4. Nobody had better losses than sure. I don't think anybody else wants the 2 teams in the WAP. Penn top 10. So should Penn State be number 5? The only teams that lost to are 2 teams that are playing for. You're gonna have a chance to play for national championship.
I like that argument over
So
what we got.
and give me Penn State at 5. Give me Tennessee at 6. Give me Alabama all the way down to 7. USC got moved, I think, all the way to 10.
Yep.
If I remember right. And Tennessee.
There's 3 lost teams above them.
Both conference teams.
Now, I get truly get the Utah one. You beat that team twice. I get maybe having the same record and I beat you once, but if I beat you twice, I don't care what's your record.
Also, how's Clemson rated to have USC percent? Because they want to come championship. That's the answer.
That is the answer.
However, the Alabama Tennessee thing makes absolutely no sense because that goes against all of the conference championship.
if this is your answer with conference championships, right?
Then Alabama Tennessee go all of them.
Oh,
So max.
so let's get into that. Well, where'd it go? I swear I had it. What was there? That's right. I wish I could zoom, but I'm not good with Apple, so I don't know which is zoom.
Also, no, it's the Apple Plus. Or window closer.
I went too far. Wow, I went a little far.
Softcore.
Yeah, it's not safe for going.
Yeah.
All right, so here would be the breakdown based upon the criteria that the committee released about the top 4 of conference champs. Okay. 1. So here are conference champs. Now the difficulty is
Well, you have 5.
but you have 5.
I didn't understand this when it came out because they put 4 conference champions and then Kansas State ended up 9th, which is behind
Everybody else.
TCU. Shoot.
Yeah. So I didn't really
Like Utah
didn't figure that
is
one out.
4th, but USC is TCU is 5th, Kansas 9th. So I don't know.
Now they didn't for this year specifically. Them saying this year, but based on the criteria,
There's
so it doesn't.
there's going to be some stuff that needs to get fixed in this.
Right.
Because then
But it's coming 2024.
yeah, but if you have a power of 5, you can't rank that based on championship. Like you still have to rank.
Because now you have to have a tiebreaker for 5. And then you have to have a tiebreaker.
So it just doesn't.
If you rank a 1, it just doesn't add up. Anyways, so 1, 2 obviously do not change, which I think drives home the point. 3 with Clemson coming in based upon that. I don't like that. And the Utes coming in at 4. And then you've got TCU at 5, which should be K-State. And Tulane getting it. Well,
one thing that I don't like about this is so you've got Ohio State, Penn State, and there's no reason in a 12-team bracket that you should have
No.
interconference.
yes. Where are these matches?
There should not be an interconference.
Switch.
For sure.
Fine. Switch 11 and 12.
Which is
all the it should be hard, but whatever. Switch them because you should not have Big Ten
Yeah.
in the first person. Agree. BM and USC, that would be a cool matchup. I like that. Tennessee, K State. Although I don't like where they're ranked. I like the matchup. I just think TCU would this club.
Tulane and a couple of them, they've been very impressive.
I
It was
watched
hard to tell.
I'm watching 2 games and they weren't.
No,
Well,
I was tell when
But
or how a team like that is going to perform.
how do you like this bracket overall? As this sits, of course.
Ultimately, it's fine. We're always going to disagree on how seed, what the seedings are for final when there's not anything that's specifically mapped out. So I'm not going to overreact to it. But Ohio State is the fourth best team. They 4 seed. TCU is the best, the third best team. They need to read the 3 seed. And Utah needs. They're 9-3. They are.
I mean, because let's back up and talk about this. For it easily could have been Purdue or Iowa. Big Ten. Not easily. But I'm saying, like,
but if they make it, that's team they make the playoff, they have to win. So, like, Kansas State would not be in consideration if they lost. Utah would not be in consideration if they lost.
Consideration? We're talking about they're in the top 4.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, those teams to me are.
You're in the
that's
playoff.
Why
that's cool.
And that's why I don't understand what ESPN did when they released this. Because I don't think that's what they're doing 2 years.
Their criteria right now, CFB came out and said
that this is it.
That not like this is these.
But if you win your own championship,
I'm saying it is because their logo's there. But I'm saying like you conference champions or.
But they're not.
That's it. Right.
Kansas State won a conference championship the night.
Yeah, but there's 5 of them, so you had to rank them. When they're saying they're ranked last,
they're not though. They're not fit.
They should be.
They have to be. If that's our criteria, then they're fit.
I don't like that. I just don't like that as criteria.
So that's what I'm saying.
You come you're in. I'm fine with your in.
But you're rating 9th. Because Clemson has it 3rd.
No,
it can't have it both ways. One or the other. So that's what I don't like about it. Again, I think we'll see some changes. Actually takes place in 2 years.
So
are you ready for Dion?
I don't know which one to start with.
For those who are not aware, and touch on this a little bit, Deion Sanders, moving from Jackson State, where he has pulled 5-star recruits, #1 recruit in the country for the last 2 years, I believe, has taken the job as the head coach for Colorado University Buffalo, who has a program that, when they were the Big 8, was a perennial powerhouse and has been in the grabber for a decade plus. And Deion is looking to bring them back. He came in with a bang. So he's going to hit on that a little bit and then we'll discuss it.
Absolutely. I was thinking quiet. But
I'm just going to rate.
What we talk. This is Dion. By the way, it's still the head coach for Jackson. Okay. They still have what essentially is the highest championship you get in HBCUs because they can't go back. Right. Which I don't even know the details on that. We'll get to that. Maybe no. But this man comes to this meeting, and I'll summarize it. You have not watched it, go to our Twitter, and this one will make you want to play again. If you are a former player, it'll also make you pump up a little bit, no matter who you are. But he came in and showed pure confidence and essentially told them, I'm on my way to essentially rank your one. If you are not on board for the mission of being, go ahead and leave Portland's from. Was there for a reason? But I'm bringing my staff. He also later, I'm bringing basically my son. Your quarterback is my son.
He didn't say he has to earn it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he will have to earn it. That's fine. But he brought him, and he's probably bringing.
He's shooting, and he called him out,
and he will. And that's what Dion does. But the amount of players that he's going to get and the coaching staff that's coming out, Zimmer is supposed to be his DC. The top offense coordinator out there right now is supposed to be out there too because I had Flynn and then coming out like
State's head coach as the offense coordinator.
Yeah, we're talking about high caliber. Like he's got to change the culture. But in this whole scenario was basically saying, be ready. As soon as my game's over, I'm back here. We are going to work. And I love it mainly because they were one, I think, 11. They're just a terrible football team. But overall, this video will make you want to play for him. And I love the hell out of that. Now, get to the point of probably what you're alluding to a little bit. And I've seen overall good and bad. A lot of the Black community is very negative against this because he's all about, right? HBCU is all about them and bolstering up. You got to think about this. He put them on a different map that they've never haven't been on in a very long time. He's brought more recruits and money to HBCUs than ever. He has developed it to the point at which he can take it without diminishing his own brand and product. And what I mean by that is now someone else can take the reins. I don't care if it's whoever. And I'm sure there'll be a big name coach coming to HBCUs behind him. But what I'm saying that is he could never go to the playoffs. There's certain money he'll never be able to get. I know this whole part. And ultimately, we're here and he is here to lift others up. He has lifted them up. It's time for him to move on to a new challenge to lift other people up and to disrupt college.
So you don't, this is the point in the media. People feel like you broke fences.
Now, I don't
To HBC. Generally speaking. That's the blowback.
There's the blowback. And Flynn mentioned this too. He's going to try to control the media because he's a big media now. And I want everyone to realize that most of everyone around him, and this is his own staff controlling the media. He's going to control the narrative because he's very transparent and very blunt. He's not a coddler. He's literally never said, I'm only going to be here like HBCUs forever. That's the media thing. He's always said, I'm going to do what's best and I'm going to lift everyone up as much as I can.
Why did he go to Colorado? Because they were so bad?
That true play, I don't know that part.
Because I don't transfer out of the bank.
We don't know that. There's a lot of back and stuff we'll never know. And it's not about money for him. We know Prime has. I think it had to do with the challenge. And if you,
we don't even know what Pac-12's going to be in 2 years.
So Pac-12's going to be a little.
UCLA is leaving. USC, are they even going to be a conference?
But there had to have been something behind.
We know that
he connected on this. He said he connected to a religious level. That's huge for Dion. So maybe that had a lot to play with it. But I do know that Colorado's going to be a better football team. They already are. And they will be tomorrow, little of next season.
It's worse. And they part of the problem.
And now we've got everyone coming into the portal. He's going to basically treat this as an NFL free agency, like, you're cut, portal, I'll take you.
No, he's not.
He's disrupting college football. We said that in our chat with Cash.
Which with Jackson State is one thing. Move to a Power 5 conference, that's another level of disrupting college football. Now, we showed the tweet about 212 hours locally here. Caden Proctor, Southeast Pope, #1 recruit for 2000 period. Had it from inside sources. Saban, 8 parents were Southeast Pope allegedly doing some different things. Parents trying to solidify Proctor getting going. He had a little flat. Oregon, which allegedly about 50-50, whether he's going anywhere, but Dion offered him, he thanked Colorado on Twitter for another scholarship offer. So Dion not waste any time there. Also, quick back to Salo Abusana, who was for like state championships, had 6 touchdown runs. A lot of camp interference is trying to tie into deep to Ohio State to go to Iowa, but also Nick's still trying to. This game's on. Supposedly both coaches weren't person in Reynolds, Iowa. Yeah, so
not fair
to be a part of the conversation.
It's cold up.
But yes, back to Dion though. Surprise, in my opinion. My initial reaction is why Colorado?
Surprise University. Yes.
Yeah. Not that he would, but obviously in Auburn wasn't looking at some of the bigger places. I don't understand completely, but they're not ready to relinquish control to Dion, which Colorado was. And that's the thing is like, it's the biggest school, probably one of the Power 5 schools that are going to completely give the reins to Dion. Go to work, back up the truck. Tell me what you need for nil. Tell me what you need for coaches. Got the resources within reason for you to be able to drive whatever the bus.
And no one in the SEC was going to do that. No one in the ACC. I'm not really don't want to cross the line into because of race, but it's because of the old school nature at which these universities have tradition.
Right.
Now,
But for what Dion was trying to do, he wouldn't have ever taken one of those jobs with not having a complete control. Like
he's only going to do what Dion wants to do and change. He wants to change college football.
So the quote for me that got me with that is, you all to talk about the thing. Said, bring in Louis, coming in with Louis. And what I'm coming by that is his luggage is the top is Louis. And he tells these guys, we're done with the crap, or whatever it is. And now we're talking Division I college football here. These guys are treated well. And I don't care how terrible your football program is in the Power 5, you are treated well. We were treated well at Drake University non-scholarship. Now, would we have liked to be treated like Power 5? Absolutely. We knew what we were to sign up.
Right.
He's talking about 10, 15, 20 years of this program being beat down, giving scraps in comparison to the rest of Power 5 conference and the rest of Power football. That if you stay here, you commit, you put the work ethic in, but if you're talented enough, which he's basically saying, then you're going to get rewarded. We're going to have the nicest of the nice stuff, but you're also going to have to work your ass off for it. And that's always been Dion's take, is that, yeah, he's prime time, but he's not a coddler. He's not someone who feels sorry. He's still old school. And it's funny to me that he coaches like that, because being a watcher and a lover of late 90s football, Dion played for San Diego, played for Dallas. Dion's solid.
Wait for
Atlanta. Then was it Atlanta?
They're all south after that.
But Dion was great returner, great cornerback.
Don't
Shit, throw it.
I'm not trying.
He would touch anyone.
I'll let it wait for you.
But the man knew how to play. He always delivered.
And it was it. And he's damn
Always delivered.
By the way, really good baseball.
If he's always deliver, I'd say that always. Jackson State, he delivered. He talks, he delivers. So the man's always going to talk, but so far the man has always delivered. This is another level of talk. You give it 3 years, Colorado's going to give him more. But the leash is long. But how long until Colorado?
Where do they have to be, first of all, before you talk? Right?
So do they make a bowl game in year one?
Debatably, I think they scratch.
I think you need to.
No,
you only have to win 6 games to make a bowl.
Year two, they have to, mainly because they're losing USC.
Wrong. You had to in year 2. In year 1, like, I expect them to in year 1.
In year 1.
And in year 2, I expect them to be competing for the back 10, 12, whatever the hell it is at that point. And year 3, same thing. But then in year
5,
4 through 6,
playoff,
4 through 7,
if he's still there.
But if he's pulling the recruits as he's talking and as he's been able to,
you better be playoff around that playoff.
Yeah, we're definitely top 20, top 25.
So I want to get back to your speech, because in his speech, he talked about professionalism. He talked about no more sweatsuits. And I want you guys to watch this guy right here. He talked about no more sweatsuits, no more. You're going to be a damn professional, ultimately. You see what happened? Right. At this point, he's talking about the suits, their sweatshirts in the park, always. Keep your eyes right here. There's one thing he said we will not be doing in meetings too. And I bet you can trigger when he's saying, there's no volume here. Oh, shoot, there is. There's no volume here. Watch out. My hat's off. That's all. He said, no hats in meetings. Which is, you're right, because he's wearing a hat. He was not caring about this meeting. He said, when I get, this is what we're doing. And this kid already said, you know what? I'm going to take it off. Now, I'm not guaranteed. Saw that. By the way, only one to do it. So I would love if, like, we could follow with these. We were. But he'll still be on the team.
How many guys do you think go on the board?
First of all, not everyone showed up for this meeting. He's already cut them.
Right. They're cutting it off.
You're in the form.
Well, I transferred already.
Absolutely. So how many of these guys are going to end up in the portal? Like, because they want to, or force?
I'm just saying, if you were to look at end of this year to start next year, number of guys that were on the end of year roster to number of guys.
I'd say 30, 40, 30, 50.
That was great. I totally agree with that.
And I love it. I love every part of it. It's going to disrupt college football. Then we got playoffs disrupting it the year later. They don't change.
The disruption better, good, but it's not going to be something like it's disrupted because it's Dion and it's different. It's something that is just able to replicate.
Oh, not
It's not like we have another person that's coming. So it's not opening it up from that perspective, but it's a fresh perspective on how you can come in and change.
because of and he's attacking NIL and all those. He said that the rules will change and he doesn't like them right now. He likes them, but like he's utilizing the tools at which he is the new modern football coach. Now, who he is changes it, but this is how football is going to be. They're free agents. That's what they are. And he's just attacking that and using every part of his can now until it holds itself. But he's going to make sure, damn sure, his voice is heard with what that change will be.
No, then
And it's cool. Rules. It's not different to play it.
one last quick time before I have to head out here. Heisman invites. There's 4.
There's 4.
3 were no surprise. The 4th, however, so Caleb Williams, Landlinger, closely on his heels, in my opinion. Max number 3, CJ Stroud, and who ultimately has the best stats. And number 4, and the controversial one, sets from Georgia, no Hendon Hooker, and no Blake Warren. I don't ever think that there should be 6 guys invited to this. So like when they do it, I don't like 4 is
They
a
usually only
four.
do it when there's that defense back.
Right.
By the way,
4 the grade number. We have 4 quarterbacks. The 2 guys I just mentioned.
Always.
And we've got a quarterback, another quarterback, another running back. There wasn't a special teams
there's not
receiver or a defensive guy. It was
receiver. It was tough.
games consistent, dominant. So like
I'm okay with.
I'm fine with
However,
who's there.
Wisconsin's linebacker number 4.
But I would say
Fun.
this year, if there wasn't a Heisman given out,
No one really.
this is going to be a very unmemorable Heisman year.
There's only one here. I can argue for a lot of things based upon the criteria we read in the program. But based upon what they're going to see eye test and numbers, it's not close.
So CJ Stroud has the best numbers of all these 4 quarterbacks.
Correct.
He's not going to win. He's not going to finish second.
Caleb Williams. So we have to do it.
Sets him in second.
Honestly, is he Stroud?
Who was the best quarterback in college football this year?
But I don't want your the criteria. By my eye test?
Who's the best college football quarterback you saw this year? Play college football. Whatever game you saw, play.
That's tough because I watched. But complete, I'm going Caleb Williams.
When healthy, he was better than
Complete.
Hooker. I think Hendon Hooker was the best player I saw in college football.
And the only reason I say that is because of the offense, the schemes at which Caleb Williams is playing is more complex, dynamic than Tennessee's.
And Kobe SEC bias in this, in the fact that I don't think Caleb Williams against teams that don't tackle.
Well, I get that from
Hendon Hooker is best.
I will not argue against the competition defensively.
Thinks that Hendon Hooker deserved by over Stetson.
He was not getting in because he's injured.
But he has one hit.
Not getting in because
Not two. His
one hit.
or one of the third.
Just wasn't getting in because he's injured.
No, that's fine. But the problem is that his stats are better than 3 out of 4 of those guys. Wow.
I agree. Stat wise, I'm not a stat person. I don't think Stetson Bennett is a crazy played here at all because of the big games he plays.
But all of those guys from the game I played. Fair enough. Fair or unfair. Put Stetson Bennett on everybody else's team. Put everybody else on Stetson Bennett's team.
I actually think they're all pretty good.
Stetson Bennett, in my opinion, his problem is he's not as agile as these guys have to be. To play in Tennessee this year, games,
Yeah, but you didn't have to be
Went to the magnets.
USC, Ohio State.
You see, there was about
No.
12 Heisman.
No,
I get along win swell.
I'm just saying, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's not a need in that offense. He just has that extra ability.
Caleb Williams needed
To win to be the highest.
to be the high.
I'm saying the offense, I don't think, based on the offense, needed.
I just don't think Stetson Bennett gets an invite unless he's for Georgia.
I agree.
Whereas those other guys would get an invite if they were playing to Georgia.
That's right. I see that.
So it's who do I want to win? Max Duggan. Who do I think will win? Caleb Williams.
I'm 100% agree.
So
I agree. Corum,
I mean,
shocker. Corum got hurt. I don't.
So
they
Williams,
don't-
Duggan, Stroud, Bennett. Hooker will receive that we won't hear about.
correct. They could flip Stroudy, and then
But I think Hooker will receive winning votes. It somehow finishing. I don't know how it works.
that'd be
Ballot.
It's just
People are voting before they're supposed to, or before country championships or anything like that. So, like, Hayden Hooker's going to receive Heisman, which you don't see too often. I think they'll receive the most as a guy who finished likely fourth or fifth, probably the most top votes for a guy which is that.
Probably 3 from that standpoint. And as he should. They don't vote for
Or CJ Stroud,
Or they
has
don't-
some amazing statistics. That guy's got a showing something there. Yeah. He's going to have a chance.
I don't care about
Georgia's
the
here
stats.
going.
He literally nothing was cool. Nothing was
And he didn't earn terrible in Michigan. He just willed his team to a victory. Or even like a competitive.
so for me with MVPs or Heisman's, you have to have it. And Dugan is the only one on that list that really truly has that it.
the thing that I wish the Caleb Williams wasn't, because I wanted to see when
First of all-
he got behind the 8 ball
First-
in the Utah game.
They wouldn't have been behind the 8 ball. They were they
Oh,
were
right.
up 17-3. You had a 60-something yarder.
The big thing was they went 4-9-4, then they didn't when they should have punted. And I'll argue that was their turning point. Injured.
Great.
Just that you took the momentum throwing. That's
Country
That's
decisions.
another
But anyways,
thing, right?
that's where we stand with the Heisman.
yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. Cole's getting out of here. Yes, it's early for this week. We'll see you next week. We'll dive a little more into the NFL playoff machine, highlight the ArmyVNavy under as you like it. And we'll start to get into ball season. So share, subscribe. Hopefully everyone likes listening, likes to cut up 4s basically as opposed to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Download, show it. So keep at us and we'll keep going.
Absolutely. Very week.
Time.